Welcome to Uping Stock Trend Prediction Channel. So in this video, I talk about the NIO, NIO, and Tesla and the AI stock trends and the fluctuation range for the next month or next week. So let's go to NIO. So NIO, this is the NIO monthly chart, and this last month NIO has a relatively good increase compared to its actual price. So around this price range, about 2 weeks ago, I already sensed that this NIO will have a good push increase to this top trend line. So, but this increase is relatively small currently, but it's still a good increase percentage compared to the actual price. So today is December 30th. So next week is a new month, new year. So in the last month, December, the NIO closed above this top yellow trend line. So in its breakthrough the top trend yellow trend line, so it means it still have a very good increasing momentum. So next month it is expected it may still have a good increasing momentum. If it's opened, maybe like still opened above this yellow trend line about 8.95 and still have an increasing trend, then it will still have a good increase next month. But if it's opened below this 8.9, $8.8, and if it still have a decreasing trend, then that means it may still have a kind of adjustment, a temporary adjustment. It may drop down to this price like $8, around $8, but around $8 it will still have be a good buying price. So generally next month it will still expected to at least increase it to $9.85 or even more. So could be when it increased up to this top yellow trend line and even above this, and it may have another layer of yellow dot appear on the top of this top yellow trend line. So this is the NIO. So let's go to Tesla. And in the last video I uploaded to YouTube about 2 weeks ago, and I also mentioned the Teslas still have a good increasing momentum for December, for that month. I mentioned in that video 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned it may still have a good opportunity to increase up to this top yellow trend line, and exactly it happened in December. It increased up to this top yellow trend line, and so it's still a good increase in the last month, December. So next month, so this bottom yellow trend line is a critical point, is around this is a Tesla monthly chart. So this bottom yellow trend line is around $246.5. So if it will not break off this $248, and if it still can be holded, and if it is a good support and continues to increase, and it may increase up to this $277 or even to this $287, but very likely it will only at most only increase to this $277. So if it is open close to this yellow trend line, 277, then it will be continuously decreased for this month. So generally the fluctuation range is about it may have a possibility to drop down to this blue trend line, but generally if it drops to this blue trend line, it will still have a good rebound, a good increase. So generally fluctuation range is about there's $277 and $245, $247, but generally it will may decrease to another lower band, so depends. So early next week it may still have a good chance to increase to this let's go to Tesla daily chart. And this is a Tesla daily chart, and the last Friday it have a relatively big decrease for the last Friday, and next Monday, early next Monday, it may have a little bit of increase rebound, but if it increased up to this $250 or even may increase to $253. So it is suggested to still sell the stocks because it could be the daily high on early next week. So if it dropped below this $245, it may have a tendency to continuously drop it down to $141. So if it is a fluctuating range, is likely to between this $241 and there's $250. So that's early next week, or it's between there's $245 and there's $253. So for the next week, if I change it to weekly chart, and the weekly chart, as I mentioned, and their price is also could be a support $244. So if it is dropped down to $244, or even there's a middle blue trend line to $134, and then it still will be a good support, have a tendency to still increase. But if it's first increased to the yellow trend line, it may increase to this $256, but when it increases to this $256, you may just first temporarily, sell the stocks, and because it may still have a tendency to drop. So the fluctuation range is around this trend line, the top middle yellow trend line and the bottom blue trend line, the top or middle blue trend line. So for AI, if I switch it to AI weekly chart, last week it opened here and also have an increase, but the increase up to this middle yellow trend line is still decrease to this, but you see there's still a gap and it's not reach this top blue trend line. So next week, early next week, it may still have a decrease in momentum. It at least to go down to this so it is expected to still go down to at least to this $27.42. So if it decrease to $27.2, or may even go down to $26.6, then it's still a relatively good buying points around this blue trend line. And so the fluctuation range next week is about between this middle yellow trend line, $30, and there's $27.3, or even may go down a little bit, go to the $26.6. But generally for AI for the next month, if I switch it to monthly chart, if I switch to monthly chart, AI generally the fluctuation range may still fluctuate around between this top top yellow trend line at least reaches to this $32.7, or maybe a little bit higher, but the monthly low could be around $26.6. So the general fluctuation range is between this $26.6 and $33. If you are interested in this kind of analysis and evaluation, you are welcome to subscribe to Uping Stock Trend Prediction channel or watch more video in YouTube.